Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too if you're watching content like this. If you're returning, hello, and if you're new here, then welcome, welcome. On this channel, I talk about manifesting in all ways that you can think of manifesting, like what is it exactly you want to receive from people and environments? What do you want to see from yourself? What do you want to see from your kids, your life, your career, your business, whatever it is you're working on, right? What is it that you want to create? Because it's so easy to just have these like blanket requests, like things like, I want a good life, I want to have an amazing husband, or I want to have smart children. But if we're really being honest, what I'm discussing today, sometimes we don't receive those things that we're looking for because we're not clear enough, right? So that's kind of what I want to talk about today, the importance of clarity in all things, even in manifesting. I know I often hear people say, I want this, blah, 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 or something even better beyond my wildest dreams. And I think that's a great practice because I've always liked saying that afterwards, because I'm like, there may be something that you see for yourself, but you know that your vision is maybe limited by possibly what you've experienced or what you've been exposed to. So therefore, you want to create based on what the universe has to offer, not just what you can see for yourself, right? But in not being able to see more clearly what you want for yourself, I think a lot of times this slows down our manifestations, right? The other day I had to sit down and make a list about something that I wanted, and just in general, what do I want, right? And I had some prerequisites for the list. One of the things was it couldn't be what someone else needed from me. It couldn't be what someone else expected from me. And it couldn't be something related to what I feel is a need for others or what I feel I need to give to others, right? So I was just like, wow, what do I want beyond that? That's hard, right? It's hard for like a mother. I mean, it's hard for anyone that's been serving for most of their lives. And I think women are unique in that space of serving just because our whole bodies are a service that's bigger than us for the most part, right? Like the children come into this world, they come through us. They have to, right? They need to eat. They drink from their mom's breast, right? You have this monthly cycle, can't do anything about. I mean, you can do some pill taking and some, all that kind of stuff to try to get rid of it. But, we've learned in a lot of research that has an adverse effect on the feminine body, right? You go through these things like menopause, like your whole life. Even if you think about sexual intercourse, the woman's body is set up to receive. So like your whole life is built on, a lot of times I feel, with being of service to other people, right? But if you think about, what do you want in life that doesn't have anything to do with service to other people, that doesn't have to do with children's college funds, or your husband to get a promotion, or the beautiful home you want, that really you want because of the size family you have. But if you were choosing a home for yourself, you probably pick a condo on a 50-something floor downtown in some city, right? So you have to keep in mind that a lot of times when we are making lists about what we want, it's not exactly clear on how it specifically pertains to us. And when it's not clear in that way, I think that you can't drill down and get to the root of it because it's going to be muddled, because it's not clearly coming from your deepest authentic self of what do I want. And let me tell you, I had a hard time with that list, a list that doesn't serve anyone else but me. I had a hard time with it. But the more and more I sat there and I pushed myself to get more clear, like, you want to make this amount of money. Why? Not just because children need this, not just because you want to contribute to this, not just because you want to create this. Why is that important to you? Right? And I really had to be real specific and think, okay, yes, I do want to make the more money, but soon enough, I won't have children to support, right? So what is that even going to mean for me? I'm like, okay, well, it means that in my retirement years, if I choose not to work, although I see myself being one of those stodgy professors that never really leaves, right? That's kind of my mindset. I've always been in academia thinking you don't really age out of academia, you age into academia. But a part of me has always been like, Or what do you need to make that more for? What if you do want to retire? Do you do want to buy a property somewhere? Like if it's just you and it was just you working on things just for yourself, what is it on these lists that you create about what you want to manifest that are important specifically to you, right? And so I'm saying all this to say that I hope we can do that more often as far as how we create and how we manifest and how much clarity we have. Because I feel like the more clarity we have, the easier it is for these manifestations to show up in our lives, right? I've been so many times on the fence about things and very murky and had a bad attitude, bad energy, because I didn't quite know what I wanted to do, but I didn't quite know how it was supposed to play out. And I was more agitated with people that couldn't deliver it to me. But at the same time, I had not made any real effort to be clearer so that people can deliver it to me, right? And sometimes we get caught up in that thing where we think people are just supposed to know what we want and how we want things done. But I'll almost be honest with you. Every time you hear someone say that they want someone to be able to read their mind and they want somebody to know what they want before they walk in the room and all these sort of things, I can almost guarantee you that that person who's saying that is not clear on what they want. I also think a side effect of this is anytime you find yourself in a feel sorry for yourself or victim position. Look at the situation and look what you were in. And if you can walk away and say someone was doing this thing to me, I can almost guarantee you weren't clear on what you wanted. Because if you were being clear on what you wanted, then you will walk into the situation and think, this is what I want to receive from it. I want to receive love. I want to receive affection. I want someone to say these things to me. I want blah, 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 blah. You would have all these wants things, right? And if you saw at any moment those things weren't being fulfilled, you'd address it. You'd be like, hey, we hit a boundary. This is something that's important to me. I'm really clear on this. This is something that I need. I'm really specific about this. But no, what most of us do is in a lot of situations, whether it's the workplace, a relationship, or any type of relationships dealing with family and friends or something, what we do is push ourselves back into a corner and we expect other people to rescue us from not knowing what it is we truly want in life. And when what they're giving us doesn't really match up with our authenticity, we want to stump and complain about what we're getting when really we've made no real effort into say, this is what I want. My needs are not being met, so this is the problem here. Nah, we don't usually do that. And so clarity, clarity. And I'm so passionate about this one today because it hit me like a ton of bricks. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Be clear. Be clear so that you don't have to blame other people. Be clear so that you don't have to be the victim, right? Be clear so that when you walk into a room, you know exactly what it is that you want to receive. You know exactly what you want to give. And if anything comes in bigger and beyond that, then that's amazing and cool and great. But you'll never walk away feeling like you were subtracted from and you weren't added to, because people will know exactly how to add to you. Be like, this is what's important to that person. This is a boundary. This is a line. They like to see me at work 3 times a week. I know a lot of people's doing hybrid and all this kind of stuff, right? They like to see me at the desk 3 times a week. My supervisors made that extremely clear. That's what they want, right? So I can't feel some kind of way or feel kind of bad or weird when I don't meet that standard. Same way, if that wasn't established, but the supervisor's like, well, shouldn't everybody want to be at work 3 days a week? And then we're coming in 2 days, we're coming in 1 day sometimes, and they just get an attitude and start flipping out on us and treating us weird. You're just like, what is the problem? The problem is the supervisor was not clear about what they wanted. So when that boundary was crossed, it would be very easy to make course correction. I think more than anything else, what I can give you today is manifest in the magic, manifest in the life you choose, get clear on it, stay clear on it. And whenever those boundaries or those clarities change, let them change. That's okay. But make sure you're informing the people and the places and the things around you so that they're not falling short for some requests that you haven't truly made clear. Right? So you don't have to be a victim of other people's nonchalantness. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be wishy-washy. You don't have to be in this space of shouldn't people know? No, they don't know. Shouldn't the universe know? No, it doesn't really know, right? Because until you're clear on that, until you snap into alignment with your most authentic version of you and make that list that doesn't pertain to anybody else, say, what do I want to get? What is important to me? Then no, nobody knows. The universe kind of has an idea. It's going to bring you some stuff that's close to it around. But if you're not like razor sharp, crystal clear, if you're not like the needle on a turntable, hitting that thing right in the groove where it's supposed to be, making that beautiful music, right? Notice what happens to the music when the needle is all over the place. I mean, we kind of like it. It can be okay, but we call it skipping, we call it scratching or whatever. But what we're waiting for in the middle of that scratch is for it to get right back into alignment at some point, right? And so that's what you have to do. When you realize you've gone and you're like off track and you're not clear, you got to step back and create that list over and over again. What is it that I want? How clear can I be? Why do I even want these things? And how specific can I be about these things I want to manifest in my life? And you'll see. And then you're able to tell other people real clearly what you want. You won't feel strange. You're able to tell your workplace. You're able to tell your significant other. And if people or places or things are not meeting that standard, it's so easy to walk away from it because guess what? I was clear. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I was like, this would be a 5-minute video. We'll talk about clarity. It's never 5 minutes. I always want to do, but it is never 5 minutes, right? Anyway, hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I was already getting ready for my week, and I'm excited about that. I love getting ready for the week. I never used to be a get ready for the week kind of person. I kind of just took every day as it came, but it's kind of cool knowing, okay, I got my yoga clothes ready. I got some lunch in a Tupperware container. I got my clothes laid out. I got, everything that I said I was going to work on, blah, blah, blah. My alarms are set always, phones, alarms are always set. And it's good. I feel good in that space. And also I brought home 2 new friends, right? So our plants. Ooh. So I told my mom it's starting to look like a jungle. I don't mean to, but there's some in the windowsill, which is fine, but I brought home those 2 right there. Another Monstera, because it was so inexpensive. I was like, yeah, I want that. And then something called a mass cane. Now, I've seen this plant everywhere. I had no idea, this one, that it was called a mass cane. I hope I'm saying it right. And then my other Monstera that's trying to come back to life after it had really poor treatment. Got my money tree over there. I'm trying to see why I should point in the video. Money tree. And we're going to do some little herbs in that little grower right there. That's these things, these seeds on the table here. And we got her. She's looking really good. I bought it as a tiny little plant. It's so cute to see these things grow like that. And, of course, the usual ones that are at the front door. Bamboo, whatever. Got a snake plant over there. Got to find a new pot, something to go into another pot that I have. Nonetheless, I just thought I'd show my plants. I told my daughters, I said, you got 2 new sisters. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day.